Post Millennial. Student struck by car, injured during Florida anti-ice walkout. The student was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Stay in schools, kids.
Did you guys see the video where the mom tries to stop her son from protesting? He walked out of school and she's like, you get in this car right now. He's like, no, Mom. And she's like, you can't do it. He's like, I could do it. I'm allowed. You can't stop me. And then he ignores her. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, Mom, you need the chancla.
You need the what?
Chancla.
What's the chancla?
You guys don't know nothing about this?
I don't know the chancla.
It's when the Latina mom takes her flip-flop and starts whacking the son with it. And then the son's like, Mom, stop.
Oh, that wouldn't have been what happened at my house.
The belt?
No.
What you do is you get a leather belt.
Broom? Would have been a broom. You guys think
I cannot imagine. I could not imagine. That is crazy to me. When I grew up, if any of the kids in the neighborhood said no, Mom, she would be like, what? And she'd be
your mom's awesome though.
I'm just saying, all the kids in my neighborhood, no one would dare say no, Mom. Like, that's just not happening. I don't know about you guys. To see this, I'm just like, ugh, we're cooked, man. More importantly, the bigger picture is your schools are letting your children run amok. And there was another viral video where the dad walks in. You guys saw this one where he walks into the school and he's like, why are you having my kids go to protests?
He was like, get them out of here.
He said a kid got hit by a car. What are you doing?
A kid got hit by a car in Florida today during an anti. That's the story. We ran that.
Talking about.
Forgot. I even assigned this one.
It's been a minute. It's been 1 minute.
Oh, sorry.
But the dad was like, give me my kid. I'm taking him out of your school because you're allowing this. Guys, you got to homeschool your kids. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying everyone can just make and do it. But if you're in a burning building and I say, you got to go outside, you got to get out of the building, you can't be like, but it's cold outside. I know it's difficult. I know it's tough. I know some people have it easier than others, but you got to get your kids away from this psychotic behavior.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think this is absolutely insane that this is what's going on. And the thing is, schools have a responsibility. Once you send your kid on that bus or whatever, drop them off to school, they have a responsibility to keep your kids safe and keep them in the schools. And I was wondering that too. Like when I was in high school, juniors and seniors could get permission to go off campus during certain times of the day to go get lunch. Yeah. But your parents had to sign it. And one of my friends, he forged his mom's signature and then he went off campus with another one of my friends. And the one of them got his arm broken by like a gang of thugs because it was in Germantown, Philadelphia. And they said to my one friend, they were like, don't touch him. He's a brother, because he was black. So they didn't beat him up. They just beat up the white kid. And then when they came back inside, the whole thing was for my friend, whose name why can't I think of like a fake name? Let's call him Tom. Anyway, so Tom comes back in and everyone's like, keep quiet. Don't say that Tom was off campus, because he's not allowed to go off campus because his mom will freak out. And so it became this whole thing where the whole story wasn't about the arm broken. It was about trying to cover for Tom so he didn't get, whooped by one of these sandals or something.
I guess in the modern day, this is a good high school, because how else are these kids going to be ready to go protest in college?
Yeah, right.
You got to get them ready for the college experience,
early,
which is doing stupid things. So,
which is setting up camp, not going to class, and harassing Jews.
Yeah,
That's the college experience.
You got to get them started early on dumb things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, this is just like I said earlier, it's another advertisement for like stay in school, and I mean inside the building.
Did you see the principal who was like, "Okay, you guys are all out here. We're not doing this. You can go back inside right now, or you can get suspended. Your choice. What are you going to do?"
Did they suspend them all, or was he just like?
It was a 20-second clip on Twitter. I have no idea what happened after that.
Yeah, well,
Very brief. It auto-scrolled to the next thing. It's probably AI, and it's rotting my brain. That's why I forgot that we were talking about this story 5 seconds after we started talking about it.
They should definitely follow through. They should suspend them all. The teachers that organize this stuff should be suspended, actually, because that it's like the kids are going to be like, I get to go outside and screw off with my friends and holler and make a big stink about something. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Heck yeah. Like, for the most part, kids don't have like real strong convictions about this kind of stuff. But if they do, they get them from their teachers. They get them from their guidance counselors, or possibly from the parents. But, like teachers organizing this stuff, because all the schools of education are completely inundated with leftists. So it's like This
You
is
mean like
this
all
is,
the graduate schools and stuff?
well, I mean, all the no, the schools that teach teachers.
Yeah.
It's like they're all leftists, and they're teaching the teachers to be leftists.
The cops have to wear body cams. The teachers should have to wear body cams too.
I'm okay with
Absolutely.
that, yeah.
Teachers are wearing body cams. That's
Growing up, unless I showed up to school and my teacher wanted to tell me about the situation that was going on in Minnesota, that's not something that would have came up at my dinner table. It's not something my parents were telling me about. Maybe
Really?
it's different
Minnesota?
nowadays. No, I'm saying what?
like your parents didn't talk politics at home.
Not really. Particularly not if like they were kind of horrifying stories. Like that's not coming up. Hey, someone died today because they were out protesting.
Really?
That
My
wouldn't have
parents
been a
would-
conversation
My
at the
parents
table.
sat there arguing about politics half the night at dinner.
My dad would complain about the government because he constantly was dealing with like regulations and
My
stuff.
dad
He
was
had a-
complaining
he
about
had
the
a business.
government as well.
He had a
He had cooler
business, and
parents than mine.
he's like, the government, blah 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 blah. It's like because he was a business owner and
Yeah,
all kinds of regulations.
My parents didn't really talk about all that much, but I had the internet since I was a little kid, so I was online all the time.
My son comes home from school and he says, "Mom, has there been any big news today?"
That's
And you say,
wild.
child, no, go do something fun.
And I say, "Well,
Outside.
we could run through some of the headlines."
You should say,
And then he says, "I'm going to go talk to my friends now."
no, you got to use this. You got to say something like, yes, it's terrifying. There was an attack, and the only way to protect ourselves is you need to do 10 reps of these weights here, and then we're going to run a couple laps around the house.
Actually,
I've-
what actually happens is I tell him what the big news stories of the day were. And I just tell him, they shot this kid, this lady's dead, we might be going to a war with Iran. And then he says, "Okay, I'm going to go talk to my friends now." I love the laugh track. That's great.
Perfect.
That's so 80s. It's retro.
So 80. You know what's going to be
Put that
funny
in the
when
AI movies. There should be AI movies with laugh tracks.
I just got to tell everybody, podcasts came about because people were passionate and interested in subjects. But now that it's becoming ubiquitous, you are going to get laugh track podcasts. I would not be surprised. You're going to get On My Balls, the podcast, where it's going to be the most like idiotic nonsense. But, have you guys ever watched Big Bang Theory without
You
the
mean
laugh
like
track?
the NPR morning news show?
Yeah, but
I want to hear an
no,
NPR
no.
morning news show with a laugh track.
No. Big Bang Theory without the laugh track. You've heard it, right?
No.
It's like Sheldon walked in and goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then I'm just sitting there being like, why, what's the laughing for? Like, nothing was done. And so they made these edits where they remove the laugh track, and it's really just psychotic people, where it's like, he'll walk up and be like, "A hot dog."
It's bad.
Yes, I'm eating a hot dog. And you're like, what the is going on?
I like the ones where they add the scary music into it too, because it works just as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh yeah, we had Callan sent me sad trombone to add to our
Yeah, you
mix.
used it yesterday
that.
for me.
And I think it's innate that we're destined.
No, it was actually after Phil's statement about going on tour.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just
followed.
added an audience applause button on our show too. Just
Audience
today.
applause.
Yeah, like you
Oh, that's
start the
fun.
show. It's like the show started and just like I intro the show with like clapter as if there's like a bunch of people watching us live from in studio, but it's just me.
I
You
like
know-
the word clapter. That's
Clapter.
Yeah, it's what like late night comedians get.
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
not
good
laughter,
stuff.
it's not clapping, it's clapter.
I can only stress this again because I do it every single day. But guys, content is over. We talked about this on Libby's Pod Millennial podcast.
This is a sneak preview, you guys.
Sneak preview. There are programs that can auto-generate anything. So if you want to make a YouTube channel, you'll need some capital to get started because the scale does get expensive. But you're not competing with anybody. We're not competing. It's as simple as this. If I want to make a 2-hour podcast, it's going to take me 2 hours. It's going to take me other people, production, whatever it might be. If I want to do a 2-hour podcast entirely on my own, which I do for my morning show, it takes me at least 2 hours. Now, here's the thing. I got to do research. I got to find articles. So it actually takes me like 5 hours to make a 2-hour podcast. There are programs already online you can sign up for to varying degrees of expense, some relatively cheap. And you type in, you click a button, and it'll show you all the top YouTube videos for the day. You will then say, copy. It'll then prompt you to, what title do you want? It'll say, here's titles based on this video. You then copy the title. It'll then auto-generate a script, auto-generate the voiceover, auto-generate all the visuals, auto-animate them, and then create a backing track, and it renders it all for you. And then all you have to do is click upload, and you can produce a 2-hour podcast in literally with 15 minutes of labor, rendering time maybe an hour. So you do the 15 minutes of work, you get up, you leave, you go play video games, you come back, it's done, you upload it, boom. And I would argue that a good portion of YouTube right now is all AI. And the only reason you, dear viewer, don't know is because you are in YouTube's algorithmic bubble. That is, as a long-standing YouTube viewer, you are seeing things you're used to seeing. But newer viewers are being fed all AI slop because it's being mass-produced. The other thing to point out is Gen Z doesn't actually make content anymore. They're algorithm farming. So an example of this is they don't actually need to say anything in a TikTok video. Mm-hmm. So the example that I gave on the Pod Millennia was, you'll see a young woman, you'll swipe, and she'll go, "You will never believe what just happened to me at Wendy's. I can't even believe it happened." So right away, she's shocked you without saying much, so you're waiting. She's got a big piece of lint right here on the top of her head. And what happens is the people sit there and they see it. She then starts saying, "You're never going to believe this. The story is totally mundane and pointless." So now you've got at least 10 seconds. For YouTube, it's 30. But the lint results in them commenting. Everyone's spam blasting. She gets 50,000 comments. Now the TikTok algorithm or Instagram or YouTube says, "Wow, this must be a good video." That's the content Gen Z is making right now. They're spam blasting AI slop because they don't got to do any work and it requires no talent. And it's making them money. Or they're doing algorithm farming where they make fake videos with engagement tricks to trick you into liking. There's the really obvious stuff where it's like, "I'm going to do this thing, click the like button, and then you'll see." And then stupid people go, "Oh," and they click the like button. Or they say, "Double tap the screen right now, and you'll see the reveal." And that makes you like the video. So they're engagement baiting. But the algorithm farming is hilarious. They'll misspell a word on purpose. The comment trick, the comment baiting is really, really interesting. Doing something like wear a button-up shirt, but have one button unbuttoned. And then what happens is people watch the full video because the video's rolling, but they comment and they're typing, "You need to learn how to button your shirt. What's wrong with you?" And then you get 10x comments and the algorithm promotes you and makes you famous.
That's like, that happens every time. Sometimes we'll have like a misspelled word. Like the worst today was like when it's not even like a bad one where like clearly you just hit the wrong button. It was like journalist, but the N wasn't there. And it's like, that's my nightmare that somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, you freaking idiot. Why don't you know how to spell these words?"
Gen Z has started misspelling words intentionally. Yeah. And so
but they didn't know how to spell them in the first place because they were not educated.
Well, sure. But the reality is they're intentionally misspelling words to bait people because they know that other people will see the misspelled word and then comment. And it doesn't matter what the comment is. YouTube just says they're getting a lot of comments and a lot of likes. Yeah.
And also, there's no human intervention at any point.
There's another trick that you've all seen. And that's where a video will start and it'll be like, "This is the craziest roller coaster ever done, like ever built." And then they'll say, "It was built in 1981 and it goes up 100. And then at the end of the video, and it'll say something like, "And then the drop is 85 miles an hour. And that's why."
And it starts over.
Yep.
They do that because if they can trick you to watch even 2 seconds again, then the algorithm is going to boost the video. So I instantly block anyone that does that. Any video that loops, I instantly block the account. But it doesn't matter. So blocking does degrade them algorithmically. But this is basically what Gen Z content is going to be. AI generated random nonsense. There's going to be a bunch of history and news videos that are wrong because there's no fact checking.
Yeah, nobody looks at what's actually real because they just trust AI to get it right, and AI gets things wrong.
No, they don't care.
Not even
they don't care if it's right.
So they don't trust anything. Like we looked up. So when Usha Vance announced that she was pregnant, we were like, "Oh, I wonder how many second ladies have been pregnant while their husbands were in office." And we looked it up, and AI, like Google AI, told us that she was the very first one, and that was a lie.
Yep.
It was actually the vice president of Ulysses S. Grant's wife.
It's not about whether it's right or wrong. These guys are literally going on. There's a whole bunch of AI websites that create these studios and these toolkits. So there's the simple ones that we've discussed, like there's the ones everyone know, Claude, there's Gemini, but there's derivative ones that use APIs to create one-stop shops to produce everything rapidly. Gen Z doesn't even know what the video is about. They don't care. They will just, you click trending, and it'll show you all the top trending videos. And then you just say, okay, Batman's trending. And then they go in and they say, write a script about Batman. What can we do? Batman's most difficult villain. And then it will just AI generate a script. It'll be a 20, 30-minute long video, maybe 10, whatever you want it to be. It'll make all the visuals, and then it renders it for you. Takes you 10, 15 minutes of doing work. The estimates that we've seen reported are that some of these people who are making close to $1 million will work for about 2 hours a day. And they don't actually know any of this stuff. They don't care. What's really interesting is that the Claudebot website was hiring humans. So what was happening was someone would make an AI agent and then say, I want this task done. The AI agent would then say, this task is best suited for a human, and then start making requests of humans to do the job. Yeah. Crazy. And then now there's a website where humans can apply for jobs given to them by AI. Yep. And they just put their hourly rate. They say what they can do. And then the AI is like, I need a human to do this. Now, I predicted this. Remember when I said the future's going to be, you're going to have an app, and it's going to be called like Job Hunt or something. And it's going to be like, you're going to say, accept the job. And it's going to say, find this man and accept this object. And I'm going to be like, okay, it's a picture of Brett. I walk down the street. Sure enough, there's Brett. And he's holding this. And he walks up to me and he goes, I hand this to you. Okay, we're good. Brett hands it to me because his job was find me, give it to me. Then I take it and I go, great. Then my app says, now bring this object to this man. We have no idea why we're doing it, what we're doing, but the AI knows it's building a machine. We just haven't, I don't care. I get $50. Yeah. That's where we're going. That's going to be the future of jobs.
We get to do GTA missions in the future?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh yeah. You're lucky if it's a GTA mission.
You get your $50 and then you go to the weed store.
You'll literally get a job it's going to say like, go walk to 3rd and Lexington and then wave your arms up and down and then leave. And you're going to be like, okay, I guess why? And then there's going to be someone else that's going to be like, when you see the man wave his arms, that's when you press the button.
It's like we're all in a spy movie. We don't even know it.
Spy movie.
The worst part. It would
Nightmare.
be cool if you actually knew you were in the spy movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's something hilariously tragic when I think about the hundreds of hours I've put into stuff that was not very well consumed, and then you just hear AI slop is crushing it. I don't know. There's something like funny in a very pathetic way to think about the amount of like hours going into stuff that no one looks at.
Well, the thing is, if it's on YouTube and people are getting paid, then people are watching it. You know? Like if you're making money, if you're making YouTube videos that people are watching, the ones that people aren't watching are the AI ones that are like stuff for sleep. So like science for sleep, which I've actually listened to a bunch of those. You just go and get some topic, about physics or about space or whatever, write up a big long, go to ChatGPT and have it write a big long script. Take that script, you plug it into Midjourney or whatever, and it makes the video for you. And then you take the video and you upload it. And some of them have thousands.
Maybe I'll create a Spotify channel, AI background nonsense to get me paid.
I will say I've seen some videos that are actually doing the opposite, where they'll be like human read stories for 4 hours, or like human read history of this, this, and this. And sometimes I'll listen to those for like sleep. They might be using AI to write the scripts.
Sleep videos for sleep are massive. Yep. It's free money.
Yep.
You AI generate a calm, soothing British voice that explains something interesting to you.
That's exactly how he reads it too.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's going to program your brain while you sleep, and you'll become a functional retard.
Or a polite British man.
Yeah. Everyone's
probably.
in the future, everyone's going to be David Attenborough.
You know what I'm going to do? You know what? I got an idea. I know how we can break this machine, and I'm going to need all of your help. We need to create like 5-hour-long videos where it's like, peaceful something to sleep to. It's like peaceful history lessons or math or something. But then at like an hour mark, the person just starts saying really graphic, disgusting things.
Oh my goodness. Just to like get in your head while you're sleeping.
And you're sleeping and he's like, the things I'm going to do to you. You're not even awake now, are you? And then people start having nightmares.
Yeah.
And then they stop. They're like, we need to stop. This is freaking me out. I'm waking up. I'm sweating. I don't even know why. What are you listening to? That's the key.
Scare people off.
Actually, hey, this is a really good idea. Not like that, but it's you make a 2-hour long, something to sleep to, and it starts really nice where it's like fairy tales to fall asleep to, but as it slowly goes on, things gradually just get darker and more like the story gets more horror and discordant.
Well, yeah, then they have a nightmare and it wakes them up and they have to put on another video. That's a gold mine. It's a gold mine.
Pays for itself.
That's right.
I literally just watch Star Trek if I can't sleep.
What I've been told is that Lex Fridman, a lot of people say they fall asleep to his show, which massively boosts him in the algorithm because then they end up watching the full podcast. And for those industry people have said this. They said that it's a very calm and relaxing show to listen to, where they ask questions very lightly. And so people turn it on, just pass out. And as far as YouTube's concerned, that works.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, though. YouTube has been completely derelict in their duties because there are people buying ads on videos for sleep, and that's how they're making money. And that's fraud. That's a scam, in my opinion.
Why?
Because people are asleep. They're not getting an ad. So if I buy an ad on YouTube for pool water, and YouTube's putting it on videos that are designed for people sleeping, I'm spending money on nothing.
Yeah, that's not reasonable.
Yep, that's completely
Maybe they wake up in the morning and want to buy a pool.
Either way, if I run an ad, I expect someone will try to listen or close the ad. But if they're sleeping, you're stealing my money. And I think that that's interesting because I wonder how you solve for that. I got to be honest. There's millions of dollars being pumped into videos for people who are sleeping. Literally, there's a ton of videos for sleep, and people are making money on them, which means ads are playing. That means the advertisers are being ripped off by YouTube. And what's YouTube's excuse? Back in the day, back in like 2018 when the adpocalypse happened, YouTube was like, we didn't know our ads were running on graphic content. So they created the demonetization system. Well, now what happens if you're an advertiser and your ads are running on videos for people sleeping? Again, you're just burning your money.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
Terrible.
I can't believe you would even want to watch a video about, if you're trying to watch a video about sleeping and then you know that there's going to be an ad coming, why would you even click on that video?
Because you're asleep.
Yeah, but you're not going to, do you fall asleep that quickly?
The first 10, most of these people do.
Some of them
Yeah, I mean, most people fall asleep within a few minutes.
Well, then why do
You
they
lay
need
down.
a sleep playlist?
It's white noise.
Okay.
It's soothing. You turn on a show and then you pass out. A lot of people grew up with the TV on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that the audio isn't equalized, right? Like the sleep playlist is going to be playing at a different frequency or at a different volume than.
Bro, you're asleep. Most of these people are not differentiating between the ad or the show.
But I'm saying the last thing I want to do is if I'm like on the verge of falling asleep and then some ad just like pipes
would be
in
really
super loud.
And I'm sure that happens, but it's so rare it doesn't matter because these channels work. They're making tons of money.
Who are these people falling asleep that quickly?
How long does it take you to
people.
fall asleep? How long?
Not too bad. Like I'm a bit over exaggerating, but I go to bed super late to begin with. Like I go to bed at like 2 or 3. So by the time I fall asleep, it's pretty quickly once I lay my head down. But if I had to go to bed earlier because I had to be up at a specific time, it's a little bit different.
It's actually really quickly. I'm pretty sure.
What
the average is 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're getting that ad. You got to be getting that first ad before 20 minutes or before 10
I think the
minutes.
fastest you can fall asleep is like 7 minutes. Like,
I can go to sleep whenever I want.
I
get on a plane, I sit down, like I flick a switch.
I fall asleep on planes I fall asleep in any form of conveyance.
Yes. You put me in a car. This is why I don't like driving.
Right.
If I sit down in a car, as soon as the door closes, I'm asleep. I wake up when I'm there. It's like fast travel.
That's a superpower.
Yeah.
it's a superpower.
I get on a plane, doesn't matter. I will sleep until the plane, I'll just wake up when I'm landing. My brain's just like, all right, we're not needed for the next 3 hours. Turn it off.
You start doing live shows and going on tour. I mean, that's a superpower for having to hit the road.
Sleeping?
Yeah,
Just
it is.
waking up in your gig, you're just there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gig is over and you got to go to bed because you got an early call time. They'll tell you that's a superpower.
When I was younger, it used to be a little bit more difficult. Now, like nowadays, if we go on tour, we get off stage and I can be asleep by midnight without a problem, And then the bus doesn't usually leave until about 2, so then it's driving, 5 to 7 hours or whatever. So as long as the bus is moving, I'm usually still asleep.
Do you wake up when the bus starts?
No, but when the bus stops, I do.
Yeah, I would feel like the moving would be comfortable.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like the bunks, they're it's your own little apartment or whatever, and you've got everything set up the way you wanted to, want it to be or whatever, climb in there and watch videos on your phone for 10 minutes or whatever, and it's like you're out, and then it's dark all the time. So
I'm a cartoonishly light sleeper. If I'm like if I'm asleep at a hotel and there's a noise in the hallway, I pop out of bed like, who's trying to kill me?
yeah, when you're on a bus, like if you can fall asleep on a bus, you're used to the motion and stuff like that. So usually, the stopping is what wakes people up. So that's why you usually want your driver to get fuel in the morning, not get fuel at
You have
night.
to take that break.
So that way they don't stop, because you stop and like people start sticking their head out at their curtains. They're like, "What's going on around here?"
I did a gig in Key West once, and they didn't tell me that there was a military base there and that they had like military jets.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
I woke up in the morning. I thought I was listening to a missile, and I hopped out of bed and screamed, "We're being invaded!"
No.
It gets worse. I was like looking for a weapon. I picked up the lamp, and then I remembered I'm not a soldier. What am I gonna do?
What are you going to do with a lamp?
And
It
then-
doesn't shoot anything.
Yeah, I walked out of my the Airbnb for the comedy club at 7 a.m. and locked myself out.
Oh,
And that might have been one of my single most pathetic moments on the road.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
worst.
not
Getting locked out of anything when you're on the road, because
Yeah.
everything that you have is inside, and you're just like, and there's no one really you can call or
Go to
whatever.
the bathroom in the park like a homeless man.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.